Hello and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting out war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk about the Dadhammer support network. Now, we're going to talk about what that is, why I set it up, and we'll talk about a little bit of me, and hopefully this can be a place that can get more dads into the group, and can hopefully use the resources that the group provides. And so, Dadhammer support network, what is it? And so Dadhammer Support Network was a group on Facebook that I set up when I first found out I was going to become a dad with my daughter. Set it up roughly about 3 months before my daughter was born. And the aim of it was to connect with dads that have, similar investments and understand similar problems to you. There is nothing like a dad going, I'm worried I'm going to miss my hobby, and then talking to other dads about how to maybe get involved in the hobby in other ways. It's not going to be, it's not as bad as it seems. And it's okay. I think it's okay to miss your hobby when you become a father, or when you have other things that take you home. This is the thing you do generally to enjoy yourself. This is like going to a bar for some people. This is like going to a sports game for some people. This is like building a Lego set, like doing a puzzle, like playing a video game, whatever it is. This is your enjoyment. And I think anyone who looks down on you not getting your Warhammer is being a little bit harsh, because it is that thing, it is that relaxant for a lot of dads. But that wasn't the only reason, It was there to be this place to share things for dads, to talk about things. You can post anonymously in the group. They posts do need to be approved if they're anonymous, just in case, it is maybe a topic that you're trying to post anonymously that is not appropriate for the group. And believe me, it does happen, which is sad, but it is what it is. But it is this group on Facebook, and yeah, it's a bunch of wargaming dads, or soon-to-be dads, or indeed, I know there are grandfathers, and I know there's even at least one great-grandfather in that group, because I've talked to him before, which is pretty cool. But it is just dads sharing experiences, talking about things. It could be something as simple as, what do you do when your baby won't sleep? What do you do when your kids start going through puberty? What do you do when, what is, the best way to stop teething? Do you use Bonjela? How do you know if your baby's allergic to Bonjela? And, dads sharing resources, going, hey, look at this doctor's vlog talking about this particular thing. Or indeed, dads like me, talking about children with autism. And it should be mentioned at the time of this video going out, it is Autism Awareness Month as well. As the dad of a autistic child, I think the research and the awareness for autism is definitely growing in the modern world. It is still so hard for me to really get across to even family members and friends how different my life is, probably compared to a normal parent, when I'm dealing with a kid that is autistic, and in my case is non-verbal as well. But that aside, yeah, the Dadhammer group started as this thing for dads to connect, and really sort of came, there is a moth on my screen and that's really annoying me. But yeah, it's become this fantastic place for dads to share. Obviously, there are topics we don't talk about on the group. I think they're all self-explanatory on what is appropriate to chat, what isn't appropriate to chat about on the group. And the group generally is really good on such topics. If someone does post something, that maybe is making the dad out to be the bad guy, or where the dad or the male partner in there, the other dads go, hey dude, you might need to check yourself on this. Or hey, I'm here to support you. There's equal measure. I've seen it both times on both ways. And that's a really good thing about the group. It is a feedback group, which is really fun and engaging. And it's also, there is still Warhammer getting shared in there. I think the best way I like to look at it is it's a Warhammer and dad group, but it is a dad group first and a Warhammer group second, which is really cool. So, you can talk about all these sort of things. There's a lot of dads talking about getting their kids into the hobby, talking about some things to maybe help kids get into the hobby, which is really nice as well. But in general, I just wanted to talk about it and bring awareness to it, because we've had a lot of people join recently. We had a bit of drama about some people posting some rather nasty and hateful comments on particular posts in the channel. and in the group, and we sort of dealt with that, and the community really responded really well to those particular things. And straight out, you know, we put the hard line on where these topics are, because some people, I guess, need us to put the hard line out there, but we will always stand by the values of those particular topics. And that was wholly supported, well, 99% supported by the group, and of course the 1% made themselves voice, and we could get them out. Yeah, it is a, you know, nice space to go chat about dad stuff. And so I'm going to open up to you about myself as a dad, my journey as a dad so far, in hope that you can go use the group to talk about your own thing. And if you want to drop a comment down below and open up about yourself, your own dad issues and your own dad topics, feel free. I will try and comment back to all of this. Also note, I'll leave Discord links to the Dadhammer Discord, which is a separate Discord from my Sinful Gaming Discord. Although in the Sinful Gaming Discord, we do have a Dadhammer chat if you would like to join that Discord as well. And so I want to open up a little bit about my Dadhammer story. And so I am a dad. I have 2 children. I have a young daughter. She is 4 going on 5. And I have a young boy. He is 3 going on 4. And so they are both recently started going to kindy for my daughter. My little boy started going to occasional care, which is sort of like a pre-kindy. For those who don't know, kindy is sort of like that first step before they go to school. Preschool, I think some call it in some places around the world. Kindy is what we call it in Australia. So my daughter is my eldest, and my daughter, as I previously mentioned, she is autistic. She's also nonverbal, and that has its own set of challenges. We are going through the stages. We're lucky that Australia has really good health services for this. The NDIS has been really great for us. My wife is now full-time carer for my daughter. And luckily I have this channel. I can now work from home, which has been a massive blessing on the part that I can be here to help when required, which can be, you know, quite a bit if she's having a bad day. But she started kindy. She's really enjoying it. We're lucky that, funnily enough, one of the teachers actually was one of my youngest sisters. There's like a 10-year gap between me and some of my younger sisters. She was actually the teacher for one of my youngest sisters in gym class, and has retrained and now become a IPP teacher, or a special education teacher, specifically working in the field of autism, which is really cool. Small world. Adelaide is about a population of like, what, 1.3 million. Everyone here knows everyone somehow. It is a small place. But with my daughter, you know, we've had a lot of things. When she was the first one born, she wasn't hitting a lot of milestones, and you worry as a parent, like when your child's not hitting these milestones, and yeah, they are supposed to be flexible points, you know. You should never go, oh, your child should be walking by whatever week. It should be between this and this, and you know, all children are different. And then people like to tell you, oh, if they don't walk till later, they're going to be smarter or whatever. You know, people have these silver linings that they try and tell you, but it was a little bit interesting because, like, my daughter was never really hitting her milestones. She wasn't walking till really late. She didn't crawl till really late. She didn't roll over. She didn't babble properly. She didn't do a lot of things until really late on. And of course, she still doesn't talk. Although she's starting, we think, to maybe say a few different words, or at least babble the sounds that sound like those words, which is really, really fantastic. Couldn't be prouder of her. But when that was my firstborn child, I had so many doubts because she wasn't hitting this, and you begin to worry, am I the problem? Like, what is the problem here? Am I the problem because she's not hitting these milestones? The wife went through the same thing as I did. And we then had a little boy. There's actually 14 months to the day. They're both born on the 23rd of different months of my little boy. And he's sort of hit all these milestones, and he's going amazing. We've actually just started to look into him for ADHD because he does have some attention and social interaction problems that he needs a little bit of help with. So we started to look into that, you know, which is really, really cool. But he was hitting all the milestones, and it definitely, when he started hitting all these properly, it sort of put some alarm bells in our head on, like, hang on a sec, maybe we aren't the problem. And like, there's not a problem with my daughter. Like, maybe we're not doing anything wrong is probably a better way to phrase that. but maybe she needs some help. And we were lucky that we had a lady who was working with my wife, due to my wife having depression previously in her life. She was at risk of postnatal depression, so she had this helper lady from this thing called CATHS, which is an Australian service, and she was really fantastic. And she actually first put us on to, maybe you might want to look into like getting some help with your daughter. Like, she's not hitting the milestones. Maybe we need to look into some therapy sessions for her on speech, on physio, and on occupational therapy and stuff like that. And so we started the ball rolling, and the more we started seeing stuff, the more we sort of started realizing these little things that we've heard, that we've read about, that we've researched, and we properly got her diagnosed probably about, what would it be about almost 12 months ago now, properly diagnosed with autism. And that was a really big step for us, because it now means that my daughter can get so much more help. She's now, we're now not having to explain so much. We can just go like, she's autistic, she's non-verbal. We have this piece of paper that says it, which, that we were able to tell people before what was our daughter's challenges, but just having that piece of paper makes conversations so much easier to have. And so that's my sort of journey with her. And my little boy, we started going through, he has really bad time with like emotional distance, and it's not to the point where like he's being naughty or anything. Like, he really struggles emotionally. And I start looking at myself, recently having found that I have ADHD myself, after some anxiety and depression issues of my own, brought up about a whole chain of events that led to me, getting an ADHD diagnosis. And I started going, well, if I've had this my whole life, right? I start looking at my little boy and I start seeing some of the things he's doing, and it reminds me of me as a child. And I never wanted him to go through maybe the struggles I had of, being a straight A student who was always told, I'm a good student, I'm really smart, but I'm naughty. And he's not being naughty, he's just hyper focused on stuff. He gets so entranced in what he's doing, and it really is interesting, like sort of looking at like myself and seeing that and going, wow, this is what I was. And back in the day, we were just told we're naughty. But anyway, that's just a little journey of me as a dad. I want to open up because I want to show that this is the place where you can go to open up about your own experiences as well. I'll leave links to the Dadhammer group, to the Dadhammer Discord, and also to the Sinful Gaming Discord, which is always in the description of the video. We have a Dadhammer channel in there to go chat. If you are a dad, come join us, chat. Remember to be respectful of all walks of life and all topics of life within that group. We are a supportive group, but we require respect, as any place in the world does. So with that said, come join the Dadhammer group. I thought I'd talk a little bit about it. It's been a fantastic thing I've had going over the past few years, and I'm really great to see it growing some more of recent. And so that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and drop a comment letting us know what you enjoyed about the video down in the comments below. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description for you to come join. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, link down in the video's description as well are the best ways to help support the channel. This can either be by grabbing some merch from our Teespring or Ko-fi stores, or by grabbing some product from one of our many channel sponsors, which are linked down in the video's description as well, like Baron of Dice. Or you can join our Patreon or YouTube members, the best ways to help support the channel. If you do so, you'll get a fantastic little shout out at the end of the video, like all these amazing people, our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Cure Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, Andy C, and our YouTube members: Green Rich Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, Davis Weir, James Tillman, Gargamel196, Disco, and John Castle. Special thank you to all of you for helping support the channel and your continual support, and a massive special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and for everyone who helps make the channel do what it's able to do, whether that's coming on for battle reports or indeed the amazing people that help run our Discord and live streams as well. Thank you all once again for your support. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. And most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.